Hey, it's Jacob Philpott, and today I'm going to show you how to make a space background using Gimp. Okay, with your white canvas, what you want to start out with doing is creating a black background for it. There's a bunch of ways you can do that. You can go to Edit, Fill Foreground Color, if that is black. You can use your bucket tool and just simply click. Or a shortcut is press Control and then comma, and that'll fill it with whatever's the foreground color. Okay, so there's our black background. Now the next thing we want to do is go to Filters, Noise, RGB Noise. And Independent RGB will probably be clicked. You want to uncheck that. Adjust these up to about halfway or something. Click OK. And there you have your basic star field. Okay, it's not looking too realistic though for right now, so what we're going to do is go to Colors, Curves. You want to move this down and this one up over here. And this kind of is a basic S shape. This is often used in pictures to add a little bit more contrast to your image. You can do a bunch more different things with curves. It's a very useful tool, but that's how we're using it for now. So click OK and you can see that there's more variety in your star field looking thing. Okay, so next you want to create a new layer. And if you don't already have the layers dialog up, you need to hit Control and then L, and that'll bring up your layers dialog. So I'm going to click New Layer, make it transparent. On this new layer, you want to choose white as your foreground, select the paintbrush tool, and you want to pick a large soft brush. I have this one custom made for extra soft, so I'm going to go and use that one. That might be too big. Okay, so you want to paint up in the top right corner just like this. Next, go and create a new layer, transparent. Move it below your white layer right there. For this one, pick a yellowish color. I'll do something like that. Click OK. Now with the same brush, paint in right there. So as you can see, our basic sun or close-up stars coming into play. Do this one more time, new layer, click OK, and move it below. You can either click and drag, or you can use these arrows down at the bottom to rearrange the layers. So I'm on this layer. I'm going to move this from a yellow to an orange. Click OK, and one more time with the paintbrush tool. Okay, and the next thing you want to do is merge down all three of these layers. You go by right clicking and then merge down. So they're now all in one layer. If you click on this eye, that hides the layer and re-shows it. So there's our sun right there. We're going to go to Filters, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and we're probably going to move this up to about 50. This is going to help smooth out the blend to make it a perfect smooth blend. I already used a very soft, large brush, so it's pretty smooth already, so you might not be able to tell too much of a difference, but that's okay. Okay, so I have that blended. The next thing you want to do is go to Filters, Noise, and Pick. And this adds a little interesting noise filter to your layer that you're on. So I'm going to click Randomize and move randomization and repeat all the way to the max. And click OK. Voila, you have a little explosion texture kind of effect going on with your sun. That's pretty sweet looking. Okay, so almost done. The last thing we want to do, a couple last things. We'll merge this down, so now it's all on one layer. Go to Filters, Light and Shadow, Lens Flare. I'm going to move the lens flare right directly on top of the sun like that. And click OK on the brightest point. And kind of adds a little realistic little lens flare look. From there, it's pretty much your choice if you want to mess around with the colors or something. One thing you can do is duplicate the layer. On this top layer, go to Filters, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and we'll do about like 25, and lower the opacity of this layer down to about 40 or 30. And what that does is adds a little soft glow to your image, so you can tell the difference between the texture. And that can just add a little glow if you like a little softer image, because the other one's kind of sharp. Either way, it's up to you. And that is pretty much how you make a space background.